was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. To the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Here's this movie that I think you like. This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. And they come on stuff. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta know. I can't have it any other way. I swear she's destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Yeah, I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. You get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. The trouble it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
White lips, pale face, breathing in snowflakes, burnt lungs as I taste. Lights gone, days end, struggling to pay rent, long nights, strange men. And they say she's in the class A team, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause we're just under the upper hand. I'm go mad for a couple grams, and she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland, or sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly, for angels to fly. Ripped gloves, raincoat, tried to swim, stay float, dry house, wet clothes. Loose change, banknotes, weary-eyed, dry throat, cool girl, no phone. And they say she's in the class A team, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. And they scream the worst things in life come free to us, 'cause we're just under the upper hand. I'm go mad for a couple grams, but she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the motherland, and sells love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. An angel will die, covered in white, closed eye, and hoping for a better life. This time we'll fade out tonight, straight down the line. And they say she's in the class A team, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately her face seems slowly sinking, wasting, crumbling like pastries. They scream the worst things in life come free to us, and we're all under the upper hand. Go mad for a couple grams, and we don't wanna go outside tonight. In the pipe, fly to the motherland, or sell love to another man. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. Angels
Everyone, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, staff, board members, and friends. I prepared two completely different openings for this speech. One assumes we are outside tonight in the heat, under what may go down as the hottest commencement in the 101-year-old history of Pitman High School. I see Dr. Blass over there. He might have something to say about that. The other assumes we're inside because an entire team of administrators and teachers spent the past week refreshing weather apps and radar maps with the kind of focus usually reserved for day traders. Given the circumstances that I decided to bring both with me. Either way, it has been one of the more weather-stressful commencements in recent memory. So with that settled, I want to turn to something much more important, our graduates. A few weeks ago, I was listening to a podcast interview with an author named Henry Cloud about his book called Your Desired Future. It is not exactly required reading in a college seminar, but it contains a simple idea worth borrowing tonight. Cloud's point is that many people spend their lives reacting to what happens next. The people who build meaningful lives are the ones who take time to picture the future they want, and then begin making choices that move them toward that. In other words, your future is not something that happens to you. It is something you shape, more of it within your control than you might first assume. That feels especially fitting for a commencement ceremony because tonight everyone is asking the same question: what comes next? And if the conversations I've had with seniors are any indication, the answers range from highly detailed 5-year plans to I'm hoping something occurs after dinner. Both to be clear, are completely normal. The novelist E.L. Doctorow once compared writing to driving at night in the fog. You can only see as far as your headlights, but you can make the whole trip that way. That is one of the best descriptions of adulthood I know. Very few people have the full map. Most of us just try to see the next few miles clearly enough to keep moving forward. There is something fitting about having this conversation in a town that cares deeply about its past. Pitman is one of those rare places where history is not just remembered, but lived. It shows up in the streets, the Grove, the downtown, on Broadway, and in the stories families pass down from one generation to the next. Our schools are part of that story. Long before tonight, generations of Pitman students sat in classrooms, played on fields, performed on stages, and stood where you stand now. They had hopes and uncertainty, ambition and doubt, not so different from yours. And now it's your turn. You are inheriting something larger than yourselves, a community, a tradition. Pardon me. And a responsibility to leave both better than you found them. In my 2 years as a superintendent, I have not had the chance to watch you grow up, but I have watched you lead, compete, perform, serve, and represent this school with pride and character. I've also learned that this class believes the superintendent is eligible for senior prank. All of that has made a lasting impression. I am grateful our paths crossed when they did. One of the things I value most about this community is that it takes both excellence and character seriously. That brings me to my thesis. We have a new district vision, and it goes like this: go be great. I like it because it's ambitious without being narrow. Great at what? The answer is yes. Great in academics, athletics, the arts, your professions, and your passions. But if that were all it meant, it would still fall short, because greatness is not only about achievement, it is about character. In the coming days, people will tell you to chase your dreams and follow your passions. That's not bad advice, but I would add something simpler, far simpler. Become someone worthy of success when it arrives. A person can be accomplished without being admirable, talented without being trustworthy, successful without having much positive impact on others. So the greatness that lasts is something different. It is integrity, humility, kindness, courage, perseverance. It is doing the right thing when no one is watching. It is also, as G.K. Chesterton is often credited with saying, how you treat someone who can do nothing for you. Arthur Brooks reminds us that achievement and happiness are not the same thing. Many people accumulate accomplishments only to discover that success alone is not enough. What endures are relationships, purpose, gratitude, and meaning. Years ago, David McCullough Jr. gave a commencement speech in which the title became famous, and it was, "You Are Not Special." His point was not to diminish students, but remind them that greatness is not assigned. It is earned through effort, humility, and the willingness to do ordinary things well over a long time. This is the work ahead of you, not one defining moment, but thousands of small decisions over a long period of time. How you treat people, what you stand for, what you refuse to compromise, and who you choose to become. One day, people will not remember your GPA or your statistics, but they will remember your character. They will remember whether you kept your word, whether you showed kindness, whether you made things better for others. That is the kind of greatness that lasts. So as you leave here tonight, some of you heading to college, some to careers, some to service, and some still figuring it out, you do not need the full map. You only need enough clarity and courage to take the next step. Carry what is best about Pitman with you, its sense of community, its respect for tradition, its belief that character and heart matters. And as you go, remember our charge. Go be great. Not only in what you achieve, but in who you become. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Good evening, families and friends, faculty and administration, Board of Education members, honored guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. As president of the class of 2026, it is my honor to welcome you all to this year's graduation ceremony. We want to thank you for joining us as we celebrate this special moment in our lives. A moment to celebrate achievement, growth, new beginnings, and the culmination of all your love and support. To the graduates of the class of 2026, we celebrate the journey that began for most of us many years ago in the classrooms, hallways, and playgrounds of Memorial, Kindle, and Wall schools. Whether our journey began in those tiny hallways or elsewhere, we made our first friends and dreamed about what we wanted to become when we got older. At the time, graduation was not even a thought. Even as we moved into middle school and created more friendships and memories, high school graduation felt like a lifetime away. Yet here we are, together, having turned those childhood dreams into accomplishments we can proudly call our own. Throughout our years here at Pitman High School, we have built traditions that connected us and memories that will stay with us forever. I hope we remember Spirit Weeks, Powder Puffs, prom, homecoming celebrations, Quizzos, concerts, senior trip, Mr. Pitman, senior sunrise and sunset, and many other class events. I hope we remember the sports experiences when we came together and made memories during exciting games, bus rides, team dinners, team hangouts, and senior nights. And last, but certainly not least, I hope we remember and continue to grow the relationships we have made during our time in high school. If there is one thing that is most important in giving life meaning, it's relationships. Decades from now, we're not going to remember the assignments, grades, projects, or specific nights we spent studying. We're going to remember the connection we had with our friends here today because of the nights we spent hanging out together, or the times of laughter and camaraderie we experienced throughout our school years. As we look ahead, our paths will lead in many different directions. Some of us will attend college, enter the workforce, serve in the military, pursue trades, or follow other exciting opportunities. While our journeys may differ, the lessons, friendships, and memories we have gained here in Pitman will always connect us. To my fellow classmates, be proud of what you have accomplished. Celebrate how far you have come. Cherish the memories you have made. Embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. But most importantly, and I will say it again, value your relationships with one another. Even if years pass and life takes us in different directions, don't let the distance or silence make you believe that the meaningful connection we've built here today have disappeared. Congratulations, Pitman High School Class of 2026. Thank you, and God bless.
Good evening, families, friends, teachers, and my fellow students. When given the opportunity to speak before you all tonight, I struggled to find the right topic to convey to my fellow classmates and all here in attendance. So I did what I did best these past 4 years, and I asked Luke Driscoll, our valedictorian. But in all seriousness, I asked the people who have left an impact on me during my time at Pitman, my friends, my family, and my teachers. I came to each one distraught and uninspired, and all the advice and encouragement made me realize exactly what needed to be stated with this opportunity I had been given. All the ideas they gave were good, some more so than others. However, the kindness and generosity they displayed in helping is exactly what needed to be highlighted. So the question wasn't, what should I write about? It became, why is it that Pitman's so special? And really think about it. You all may have different ideas or memories as to why our time here is so special, but I am certain that each of you is thinking about a time where others have been able to lift you up. We are all here tonight through our own efforts backed by others, the kindness and selfless support from others, not to undermine the work we all have done for years to get to this moment today. It's surely impressive, and it wasn't easy. However, we wouldn't have been able to do it if not for our quiet and humble supporters. Our teachers, friends, classmates, old and new, coaches, family, and many more all deserve our thanks. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I felt it with my own heart. During my junior year, my mother passed away from cancer. It all happened very quickly from July of 2025 to New Year's Eve that same year. The hardest year of school doubled with the darkest moments of my life. The struggle was unbearable, and the urge to give up was never more apparent. Yet despite it all, I felt the most amount of support and love from all that are here today. I will never forget the endless messages from friends and classmates. Some I didn't share any classes with or I hadn't talked to in a very long time. I'll remember the support and selfless care and empathy I received from my teachers and coaches. They were all there out of the kindness of their hearts to help me and allow me to succeed, yet also grieve. I came back to school, and despite how hard it was, I knew I could go in every day and win just a little more. And that's what's so important and special about Pitman. And I'm sure some of you are rolling your eyes at me right now. I have a few of you in mind. And I understand. We're not all friends here. We have all had our differences over the years. But you have all shown me that you are each a reflection and shining example of the love and support you have all felt from others. We have been so incredibly fortunate to be able to grow in a place surrounded by people like that. Individuals willing to go out of their way to help and offer love to a boy distraught and crippled with the idea of never seeing his mom again. We all have it in us, and many others out there in the world do. And this is what I hope for us as we leave Pitman and move out into the vast new world. Surround ourselves with individuals with the same selflessness, empathy, kindness, and understanding of all those who we have met here, and be able to learn from those people and be that support for others as well. In a world where it seems to become more grim and depressing of a reality to live in, we all can be that anchor for ourselves and those in our lives. We all have witnessed and learned from those here, so why not do the same out there and make the world a special place, the way we know Pitman is. I won't pretend to understand the challenges of the adult world we're about to enter, but I do understand how important it is to be able to help others and love one another. I deeply thank you all for everything you have given me. To my fellow class of 2026, thank you for showing me and the world what it means to support others. To my teachers and coaches over the last 4 years, especially Mr. Newcomb and Senorita, who were pivotal in allowing me to grow and learn not just English and Spanish, but about myself as I face such difficulties. To my family and friends who are by my side despite everything. And to my mom, who showed me the perfect example of what it means to be a beautiful human, one who cares for others more than themselves. Without you all, I wouldn't be able to confidently say I'm ready to go out in the world and succeed at being able to help and support others, giving them a place to call special. It is the same sentiment and desire that I hope you, my fellow classmates, can say for yourselves. Thank you, and good night.
Good evening, everyone. Teachers, families, friends, and my fellow classmates. Standing here today, looking out at all of you, I can't help but think about how far we've come. We've spent years learning facts, formulas, and essays, but along the way, we've also learned something even more important: who we are and who we want to become. If there's one lesson I'm taking with me from this journey, it's this: as long as I hold fast to my beliefs and values and follow my own moral compass, then the only expectations I need to live up to are my own. It sounds simple, but it's not always easy. We live in a world filled with noise, voices telling us who we should be, what we should do, and how we should define success. Sometimes those voices come from society, sometimes from friends or family, and sometimes from our own doubts. But when we quiet the noise and listen to that steady voice inside of us, we often find direction. Following your own compass doesn't mean you'll never get lost. It means that when you do, you'll know how to find your own way back. It means being brave enough to make choices that align with your values even when they're unpopular. It means defining success on your own terms, not by how many awards you win, how perfect your life looks online, or how quickly you check the boxes society puts in front of you. We've all learned in different ways what it means to stay true to ourselves, whether that was standing up for what's right, choosing kindness over popularity, or having the courage to admit when we were wrong. Those moments, not our grades or test scores, are the real and true measure of growth. As we step into this next chapter, we'll face new challenges and new pressures. But if we keep to our moral compass and keep it pointed towards what we truly believe matters to us, then we won't lose our way. So, to my fellow graduates, trust yourselves. Stay curious, stay kind, stay grounded in your values, because at the end of the day, the life you build will mean the most when it reflects you. Before we turn the page and step into whatever comes next, I'd like to ask us to pause just for a moment. Tonight is about diplomas and tassels and the finish line we've worked toward for years. But none of us have arrived here alone. Behind every late night study session, every early morning practice, every hard conversation, and every moment we wanted to give up, there were people quietly standing beside us. There were parents and guardians who sacrificed more than we will ever fully know. Teachers who stayed late, who believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. Our motivational coaches, our supportive aunts, our siblings and our grandparents, real and adopted, our elementary teachers who did the heavy lifting early on, and friends, the people who answered our calls, proofread our essays, drove us to practice, reminded us of who we are, and refused to let us quit. Many of the people I just mentioned may not be the ones wearing caps and gowns tonight, but this achievement belongs to them as well. So I'd like to ask my classmates, before we celebrate ourselves, to bow our heads a moment. Picture the faces of those who carried you, encouraged you, challenged you, and loved you all the way to this stage. Hold them in your heart. Offer them your quiet thanks, and feel the true depth of what they've given you. because in my time at Pitman, we have not just become graduates today. We have become the living reflection of the faith, effort, and love of the people who have been alongside us since the very beginning. Let's take this moment together in gratitude for them. Thank you. And to all the adults who have guided, encouraged, and believed in me, I want to thank you. Thank you for being my chosen family and for helping shape my moral compass. Your guidance and example have shaped who I am and who I strive to be every day. Your support, kindness, and love have lifted me higher than I could have climbed alone. And I stand on this platform today because of you, and I will carry your lessons with me into every tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2026. Let's go out there and follow our own compass with courage, purpose, and heart. Thank you all.
Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, staff, and honored guests. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate the achievements of the class of 2026. I have 2 items of housekeeping before I get into this graduation speech. First, I'd like to apologize for anyone that has students in grades 6, 8, and 12, because this is the 3rd time this week you've had to listen to me speak. So I apologize for that. The second is to the parents and guardians of the class of 2026. This notification is the second item, and it's your students, apparently in a rare unanimous agreement, watched a TikTok video and then decided that they were going to sleep in my backyard as the senior prank this year. They were going to show up in the middle of the night and put up tents while I was asleep. I wasn't sure that they were serious at first, but when they successfully answered some questions about camping equipment and then showed me my own home on the Zillow website, I did what any good principal does and panicked. I notified my neighbors so they didn't call the police. I priced out frozen pancakes in bulk from Sam's Club. And I even looked into the delivery of a porta potty because I wasn't sure if it was appropriate to allow the students to use the bathroom in my home. I did receive one special request for my golden retriever, Nora, to be allowed out in the yard with them, which I did agree to, but somehow Dr. Preston managed to talk the kids out of this prank. And if I'm being honest, I was very relieved. Now that the housekeeping is out of the way, students, I thought aloud about what I wanted to share with you on this special evening, the culmination of your journey in grades K to 12. I am certainly not an expert on life who could stand here and impart some incredible wisdom. Simply put, I am someone who just tries to wake up every day and show up for the people I care about, all of you included. So I'm going to talk about something that I know for sure. Life is full of endings and beginnings. This ceremony marks a culmination. Your days as a student within Pitman Public Schools have come to an end. At a time like this, everyone wants to talk about where you are going next, but before we look ahead, I would like to spend a moment reflecting on where you have been. The person sitting in this chair today is not the same person who walked through the doors of elementary school, middle school, or even high school. There have been countless versions of you along the way. Think about all the memories you've made over the years, the friendships, the victories, the disappointments, and the special moments that will stay with you forever. Memories can be called upon in an instant. A song that reminds you of a great night, the smell of freshly cut grass before practice, the ice cream flavor your family always chooses on movie night, or the phrase a teacher repeats in every single class. Memories are sensory for a reason. They leave a lasting imprint on us. Those sights, sounds, smells, and feelings allow us to revisit important moments whenever we need them. We call upon them for strength, comfort, wisdom, and sometimes simply for joy. As you reflect on your journey, remember this. The gift of an ending is perspective. Looking back allows you to see how far you've come. Be kind to all the former versions of yourself, the ones who were confident, successful, and certain, but also the ones who were nervous, anxious, and insecure. Every version of you was doing the best they could with what they knew at the time. Honor them, show them grace and gratitude. Remember, you sit here today because every version of you has contributed something to the person sitting here today. As you close this chapter and look into the future, I hope you can appreciate that there really aren't endings and beginnings. There is only transformation, and that part isn't over. It never really is. I speak for everyone here tonight when I say that we are grateful to have been a part of your journey, or better yet, your transformation. To witness someone grow and change is one of the greatest gifts in life. But for all of us, the part we cherish most is being the foundation that you stand on when things get challenging. We will always be here as your foundation, so you can go out into the world and share your gifts. On a personal note, I want to tell you how grateful I am to have been in most of your lives since you were 11 years old. I can remember each of your faces as you walked through the doors of Pitman Middle School in 6th grade. My wish for all of you is that you are brave enough to continue becoming a new version of yourself, brave enough to embrace the transformations that await you, brave enough to live your truest, most beautiful life. Congratulations to the class of 2026. We are so proud of you.
Here's a song to Pitman High School. Rally to the call. Make it 3 times 3, oh students, sing it one and all. Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, all will back thee true. And we'll make thy halls and portals ring with triumph new. Here's to you, dear alma mater, best one of them all. Though the miles may stand between us, we'll come at thy call. Sing once more to Pitman High School, praise her to the sky. She's the pride of fair New Jersey, hail to Pitman High. Here's to you, dear alma mater, still our hearts will burn. Even after graduation, there our steps will turn. Sing, oh sing ye sons and daughters, shouting glad refrain. Our beloved alma mater, praise we once again.
I now proudly present the Pitman High School class of 2026.
Abigail Nicole Heil. Lucas Michael Razzie. Gavin Cole Forchick. Luke Matthew Driscoll. Riley Elizabeth Driscoll. Gayton Maxwell Papalardo. Kara Jacqueline Conley. Amanda Jean Bradley. Alexis Rebecca Davis. Michaela Danielle Quick. Ella Grace Everwine. Gianna Amira Smith. Eric John Lickfeld. Krista Carol Snow. Michael Thomas Aubrey. Anna Elizabeth Fizicaro. Tanisa Danielle Johnson. Isabella Eve Hewitt. Justin Samuel Evans. Colette Patricia Rollins. Jocelyn Paige O'Brien. Ludovina Christine Horner. Carter Cash Iwi. Martin Anthony Elwell Anderson. Annabelle Gomez Velasquez. Natalia Gomez Velasquez. Nevea Danielle B. Anthony Curtis Johnson Jr. Cameron Elizabeth Coyle. Madison Lee Ross. Angelina Marie Daly. Noah Ray Schwag. Antonella Juliana Buell. Ella Jane Ralph. Kelsey Lynn Patrick. Cameron Grace Perry. Chase Lawrence Pyatt. Trevor John Leach. Blaine Christopher Ackerman. Claire Marie Powell. Ella Anissa Padalinghug. Fiona Marie James.
Brooke Michelle Bauman. Julia Erin Pell. Audrey Elizabeth Duffield. Jackson Cole Volpe. Vincent Renoa McCready. Gracie Lynn Walper. Isabella Lee Hutkin. Ryan Christopher Pekeshka. Emma Rose Hagen. Jacob Daniel Lawrence. Alessia Laura Cagliari. Lily Kate Jane. Gwyneth Sarah Geyer. Mia Natai Brown. Eric Ryan Gaines. Ryan Lee Tartaglia. Liam Riley Edelman. Brian Michael Virtue Jr. Aiden James Dudley. Devin Pietro Rovetto. Olivia Stewart Wang. Henry Charles Williams. Aiden Jarrett Evans. Emily Page Ward. Cameron William Spicer. Aiden James Millward. Logan James Sharpneck. Antonio Maximo Rojas. Dane James Collum. Joseph Patrick Zubert. Gabriela Joanna Quinieta. Zoe Lynn Lowe. William J. Craig. Thomas Joshua Moore. Lincoln Walter Eisenhart. Cash Dean Kelly. Juliana Lorraine Giovanetti. Jocelyn Clark. William Joseph Shiahu Clark. Jake Christopher Bowen Ashwin. Nathan Paul Newcomb. Ethan Robert Kubat. Oliver Michael Spear. Andrew Timothy Keefe. Keaton Mark Libby. Owen Thomas Hurley. Lola Elizabeth Lamorgia. Aiden Alexander Upham. Laurel Grace Rue.
Carly Marie Razzie.
dream so big and loud. I jump so high, I touch the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I stretch my hands out to the sky. We dance with monsters through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. But all possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Never gonna look back. Whoa, never gonna give it up. No, just don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. Outside my window, feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright, the sun was out till midnight.